In a podcast, your voice is about the most important thing going for you. There are no visual clues or facial expressions or body language to rely on. Everything has to be conveyed in your voice. So how do you make the most of your voice? That's the topic of this video, How Do I Make My Voice Sound Better? In our series, How to Start a Podcast. I'm Mike Carruthers. I'm sure you've heard that supposedly people hate the sound of their own voice when they hear it on a recording. Maybe you even had that experience. But it's not that your voice sounds bad, it's just different. You hear your voice differently than other people hear your voice. In fact, a study was done where people were asked to rate voices by hearing clips of several different voices. What they didn't know was that their own voice was among the voices they listened to. And people consistently rated their own voice as very pleasant. Every voice has its good qualities, and if you're hosting a podcast, you can make it sound even better. Firstly, understand that when most people sit down behind a microphone to talk, it saps their energy. They become self-conscious and usually get timid. Timid is deadly in a podcast because timid sounds dull and boring. So you must get used to talking into a microphone, monitor your energy level, and keep your energy up high, and raise your volume a bit. Energy equals interesting. Next, inflection. You have to use inflection in your voice. Remember, there are no visual clues. Everything is all about your voice. And I know people say, well, I'm not an actor, I can't be dramatic. Yes, you can. If you've ever read a book to a child, you've done it. And then the princess kissed the frog, and he turned into a handsome prince. Everyone can add inflection to their voice. You instinctively do it when you read to a child. Why? Because it makes you more interesting. But don't take it from me. Roger Love is one of the best vocal coaches out there. He's an author and speaker and coach to celebrities. And he has some very simple ways that you can make your voice sound as good as it can.
Take a breath, fill up your tummy with air, and while you're speaking, make sure that your stomach is coming in the whole time that you're speaking. That really helps to push the air out and create a beautiful sound. Hint number 2, you're not speaking loud enough. Most people, it's like they're talking to themselves. They're like, hey, what do you think about that? Well, I really don't know about that because I'm talking to myself. It's that they open their mouth, but they don't have enough volume to carry their sound. You need to talk louder. You need to have your stomach coming in when you're breathing, and you need more melody.
And by melody, Roger means inflection.
Stop thinking that you're an exciting person and you can only talk with like this as if there was one note on the piano, one key on the piano, and it was just Johnny could only say one note and the note he said was this. Boring. You need to be able to go up and down the range like a good song. When you open your mouth, you have a responsibility to the listeners. You've got to get that beautiful, strong, powerful, influential sound out of you, and who's ever listening is blessed by the opportunity to hear you.
Lastly, and I've said this before, talk as if you're talking to one person, not a group. It will make a difference in how you relate. With a little effort, you can have a great voice. If you'll work on what you've learned just from this video, you'll notice a difference almost immediately. Check out more great video training in our series, How to Start a Podcast. I'm Mike Carruthers. Thanks for watching.